Wouldn't it be awesome if we could buy little blue pills for bloggers and journalists? When we send them a press release or a story, we're just giving them content. If only we could also give them something that would really turn them on. Well, pills there ain't, but there are 9 ploys that we can use that are guaranteed to arouse them. And these are they. Images. Now, in the past, newspapers looked like this. Today, they look like this. And for very good reason. Images capture the attention, draw the reader into the story. Online or offline, images are everything. So whenever possible, make sure you provide eye-catching images, but never boring old mugshots unless the person is well known in your industry. Instead, choose something really visual. It is amazing how many press releases with obvious visual opportunities don't provide images. Statistics. Journalists and bloggers use them to add weight, add credibility to a story, underlying the importance or the relevance of the topic to their readers. So hey, why not pull those first 2 turn-ons, images and statistics, into a single ploy? Data charts and infographics. A data chart is simply a visual representation of statistics like this. But it must look professional, compelling. So if you can, use a designer. You'll find freelance designers who'll produce good work incredibly cost effectively if you go to websites like Fiverr or Freelancer. Just a few dollars a time. By the way, those links are in the handout that follows this lesson. Now, an infographic goes one further. It's designed to simplify complicated subject matter or to turn an otherwise boring subject into an engaging experience. Bloggers are even more pressed for time than journalists, so they're always looking for ways to cut corners. Providing a well-designed infographic is a sure way to a blogger's heart. Again, use a low-cost designer, or if you've already got some design skills of your own, you can buy ready-made professional-looking elements to assemble your own infographics like these. I bought this bunch from www.bigstockphoto.com. A couple of dollars. Believe me, journalists love them. And a great way to create a vehicle for data charts and infographics? Surveys. Nothing is quite as newsworthy as a survey, and companies that really understand the value of PR conduct surveys simply as a way of creating a story. They can be very efficient in that a well-designed survey can provide material for more than one story. A company called ResearchScape has scoured the wires and reviewed 250 release featuring surveys to identify best practice. To learn how to build better publicity for your organisation, why not download their white paper from this website? You don't need to write it down now, it's in the downloadable notes that follow the video. White papers. In the business-to-business environment, white papers are a fantastic lead generating tool. A white paper is an authoritative report or a guide helping readers to understand an issue, solve a problem, or make a decision. Later in the course, I devote a whole lesson to white papers and give you links to a variety of sample papers that I've written for my own clients. Lists. The media's always had a love affair with lists, especially top 10 lists. 10 ways to kickstart your sustainability efforts. 10 ways to reduce work-related stress. 10 ways to pay for college. The 10 biggest mistakes fathers make when whatever. Ranked lists are one of the easiest things to turn into content, but you must make sure they're relevant to your sector. It all comes back to being a voice in your industry. Give them their headline. Remember, I've suggested we should take as much hassle away from the blogger or journalist as possible. So why not make your press release headline one that the blogger can just copy and paste? Look at these press release headlines from the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. Employers link staff benefits provision to business strategy, reports CIPD. Now, hey, that one was based around a survey, one of our blue pills. Latest figures show that the labour market continues to generate jobs without triggering worries about inflation. Blacklisting must not happen again, CIPD CEO tells Scottish Affairs Select Committee. Now, try to see them through the eyes of their ultimate readership. Believe me, anyone involved with personnel development will find them compelling. Remember, bloggers are not looking for a punchline, they're looking for a headline. Quotes. Get your CEO, and that includes you if you're a one-man band, to make a spoken statement. The sort of thing that goes in quotation marks. Not the usual boring marketing stuff that almost everyone puts in press releases, puffing at their product or their company. This is an excerpt from a real-life press release announcing a new Chief Information Officer joining the Board of Directors. We've always had a great information technology, open brackets IT, close brackets group, that is very supportive of our needs. As part of our growth strategy, we see technology being a key driver in the implementation of advanced client services, potential new business units, and now is the time to bring a CIO on board to facilitate. Nobody speaks like that, and how did he say the brackets bit? And never use a sentence beginning with, "We're very excited about," "We're excited to announce," "Excited to welcome." The only conclusion editors and readers can come to from those sort of comments are what an incredibly dull life you must lead. He gets excited about an office move, a new employee. No, you and your company have expertise in your field, so use it. Make quoted statements that are incisive, really informative. In fact, don't be afraid to be contentious. Once you or your company are beginning to be recognized, you can then start being contentious. Be prepared to speak out on your topic of expertise where your honest opinion runs against the received wisdom. Demonstrate thought leadership. When a Microsoft executive was quoted as saying, "We think it's clear that Google just doesn't want Windows Phone users to have the same experience as Android and Apple users, and that their objections are nothing other than excuses," that got coverage. It comes back to my argument that to be considered a leader, a company must behave like a leader. And that means taking a stand on broad business issues. Don't be a shrinking violet. And you don't have to be a Microsoft, just behave like a Microsoft. Now, remember the case studies? All small companies that behave big. That's one of the ways they became big. Those 9 points may not sound much, but to a hard-pressed, up against the deadlines journalist or blogger, they're pure Viagra. So next time you compile a press release, consult this list and ask yourself if there's any opportunity to give it sex appeal.